Okay friends, I am really hoping that this coffee can breathe some life into me because these makeup releases are just not doing it. I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer here, but I'm just not impressed. I'm not excited. I'm honestly a little bit bored of the new makeup releases, but I figured we could still sit back and chat about it, and I want to see if you guys feel the same way that I do. Do you guys feel a little bit bored, a little bit unimpressed with the new makeup releases? I would love to hear it. When I say I'm bored, it's not because I feel like these products are going to be bad. That's not why I'm unimpressed. I'm unimpressed because I feel like it's literally the same thing over and over and over again. Let me get some coffee. My enthusiasm here. Whew. Okay. So we all know we're living in this dupe era, okay? Everything is a dupe for this, a dupe for that. We're all copying each other. I get it, okay? I love a dupe as much as the next person. But there comes a point when everyone's just copying each other so much to where there's nothing new anymore, and it's all literally the same thing. And that's what I feel like is sort of happening right now. So let me scooch over a little bit. So, for example, we all know the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter went super viral. Everybody and their mother wants a piece of that. They love it. e.l.f. tried to dupe it with their e.l.f. Halo Glow. I personally didn't really like that because it was so thick and greasy on my skin. They were just the first of many to come out with their own like highlighting primer product. And now we have yet again 2 more brands trying to dupe Charlotte Tilbury. We have Juvias Place. They just launched their I Am Magic Glow Radiance Booster. So boosting yet powerful micro shimmer finish for optimum light reflection. I'm sure this is great. I love Juvias Place. I like the brand. I like how inclusive it is. I like their blushes and bronzers a lot. So I'm sure that this is going to be wonderful. And maybe eventually I would be open to trying it. My problem, first of all, is just the repetitiveness of it. I feel like if you have one, do you really need another? Like if you already have the e.l.f., if you already have Charlotte Tilbury, do you really need another one that's gonna do maybe same but different? It's a little different. And second of all, a lot of these glow boosting products have so much oil in them, and you would think that someone with dry skin like me would appreciate that, but actually I don't know what it is. My skin does not like oil. I wish it did because it would be wonderful for my skin because it's so stinking dry, but my skin just doesn't like squalane. It doesn't like any sort of oil. It breaks out, it clogs my pores, it hates it. A lot of these products just don't end up working for me. So I personally am not super excited to see another one of these glow boosting products because of my personal skin type, but also even if my skin wasn't sensitive to oils and stuff, which I don't even know if this has it in there, but even if it did and I wasn't sensitive to it, I don't even know if I would be excited about it just because I already had the Charlotte Tilbury, I've tried the e.l.f., we've tried so many of these complexion booster radiance products that it's like, I don't really know if I'm super excited to try another one at this point. But that's just me. It's not even just Juvia's Place, like a more affordable brand duping Charlotte Tilbury. The luxury high-end brands are coming for Miss Charlotte Tilbury, okay? Dior is launching their own glowing skin primer. It's the Forever Glow Star filter. Also, by the way, is this hair giving like cute, beachy mermaid vibes, or is it giving Hagrid? I'm torn. And I don't know if this sweater vest is doing me any favors, but we're here. Choices were made. This is where we landed. So just lie to me in the comments if you don't like it. But anyway, yeah, Dior is launching their own. They have a lot of shades, but I will say it looks like a lot of the shades lean pretty light, fair to light. There's only really a couple deeper shades. They're also launching a liquid highlighter, which is somewhat similar, but they have not as skin tony shades, like more pinks and champagnes. I don't know, Dior is just so expensive. It's like, if you love Charlotte Tilbury, why would you go for Dior? It's probably even more expensive or just about as expensive. So it's like, is it really even a dupe at this point? I don't know. I like Dior, I like their packaging. I think the aesthetic is really pretty, but again, we've seen this done. I don't know how many more times we're going to see it be done before we can finally move on from this, but here we are. Another interesting release, Natasha Denona is launching another face palette. This is her Hyper Natural face palette. It includes eyeshadow, a blush duo, a bronzer and contour trio, and 4 new Hyper Silk Powder Gel Formula eyeshadows. That's intriguing. I didn't know this was a new formula. However, it looks like the shadows are all shimmery from what I can tell in the swatches, or satiny. I like a shimmer, I like a satin, don't get me wrong, but I personally like using mattes. I mean, I guess you could use the bronzers and stuff in your crease. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick this up. I have one of the face palettes from Natasha Denona, and I think it's good quality. I just never find myself reaching for it. I don't know what it is. There's something about like being boxed into a face palette that just makes me feel like suffocated almost. I like to mix and match and pull my own thing. So I just don't really find myself reaching for face palettes that much. And also, the bronzer, I like how there's different shades, like a more cool tone shade. I like how there's a gradient. It's really pretty, but I just think the pan size is way too small. Like, you'd need the tiniest brush to get into one of those shades. If you have a normal size bronzer brush, you're probably gonna get into all of the shades. So I just feel like if you're gonna do a gradient bronzer like that, you gotta make the pan size a little bigger. And I would have wished to see maybe one or two mattes. That's just me though. So personally, we've seen face palettes done. Nothing super exciting for me there. On to the next. Speaking of same but different, Milk Makeup is launching a hydrating sheer tinted lip oil. Milk Makeup already has lip oils, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I heard a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube talking about how great their lip oils were, like, last year. So I don't know if this is just a shade expansion or this is different. It looks like the colors are more sheer than what I remember people describing the other lip oils as. So maybe this is a different formula, but I don't know. $26 for lip oil is expensive. I mean, it's definitely cheaper than the Dior one that went super viral, but like, even drugstore brands have lip oils now at this point. I don't know why you would feel the need to splurge on one that is going to be so sheer. Again, another lip oil, another day. I really love the ones from NYX. I love the ones from e.l.f. that they just launched. I think Essence even just launched their own lip oils, which I want to try, that I'm sure are great. But again, it's like cream blush, lip oil, radiance boosters. That's all we're seeing now. It's all the rage. It's all we're gonna see. And those little like sponge tip things. That's it. Is there anything else? Can we be creative? Can we come up with something new, people? You know what I'm saying? I hate sounding so negative because I do love makeup. And like I said, I'm sure a lot of these products are fantastic. And if you want to try them, do not feel like I am pooping on your parade, okay? I'm so sorry. I hope that you love these products. It's just, I don't know, it just didn't spark joy for me when I saw these things. Like, another example, Viseart launched a little 4-pan eyeshadow palette, their Petits 4. I am not even gonna try to pronounce this. It's literally just a dusty pinky mauve, which I swear I've seen this color story from them exactly before. Like, not even from a different brand. Like, I'm sure that Viseart has released this exact color story before, but in just different packaging. Same thing with Pat McGrath. That wasn't this week, I think it was the week before. She literally launched the same exact color story for her new Mothership palette. Like the same color story. Can we be a little creative at this point? Can we come up with something new? Danessa Myricks is releasing another Groundwork palette. At least I will say for Danessa Myricks, I will say, this Groundwork palette was something innovative and new, and she is one of the few brands that I feel like is very innovative with the type of products she releases. There are a lot of multi-use products. She released her Blurring Balm, which was sort of a primer, sort of a powder, sort of a foundation. She has her color paints, which can be used anywhere on the face, eyes, lips, cheeks, anywhere. She's very creative with her makeup launches. So this Groundwork palette, even though it's the same, just a different color story as the first one that she launched, the concept of the palette itself is very innovative and very different, and not a lot of the other brands are doing this because it has a powder and a pomade. You can use it on all parts of the face. It's very makeup artist palette-esque, so appreciate that. I'm not going to rain on Danessa Myricks. Let me not do that, because if anyone deserves praise for being creative and out of the box, it's her. Patrick Ta is releasing can I speak? Patrick Ta is releasing new shades of his blush duos. I know a lot of people really love these blushes, but am I going crazy? Is this the Mandela effect? Haven't we seen these shades before? I swear he's had these exact same shades before, but I might be going crazy. Something I'm really excited about, Supergoop is launching a tinted sunscreen. And I know what you're thinking. Ashley, you're just complaining that all these brands are doing things that we've already seen. We've already seen tinted sunscreens. Like, you're losing a girlfriend. And yes, I know. But there's something about the packaging. The packaging is so cute. It's so tiny and like little, and I love the yellow caps. Yellow is my favorite color. And this is Supergoop's, I believe it's their first time stepping outside of just the SPF skincare realm and diving into makeup products. So I'm actually really intrigued about this. I want to hear what my favorite influencers, beauty reviewers have to say, because I have a feeling this is going to be good. And it has a lot of different shades for a tinted sunscreen. It goes pretty deep, it looks like. So I'm excited. I'm actually really intrigued about this. And I'm like, go Supergoop. Way to like try something new. Way to step out of your comfort zone and like try to do some makeup. What's the other thing I was really excited about? Oh, the other thing I was really excited about. Okay, this is also kind of like the same, but for some reason this one is like, I see why they're doing the same. Glossier is launching Cloud Paint bronzers. So the reason why I can't get mad at Glossier for doing the same thing and also just doing more liquid bronzers that we've seen a million times is because Glossier was one of the first brands to actually do liquid cheek products. So if anyone deserves or should be able to make more, it's Glossier, because they were like the OG. You know, like they started the whole trend pretty much. Like they were into liquids and creams before liquids and creams were even a thing. So you can't get mad at them for launching their own bronzer. And I know Glossier launched their own version of a bronzer maybe a year or two ago. I remember seeing some reviews saying they were too shimmery, they were too warm toned, they just weren't, they didn't go over that well. But I'm happy to see they're going with a tried and true formula, a classic, the Cloud Paint. I love the Cloud Paints, and so I'm so happy to see that they're launching bronzers. And I love the shade range. They have more cool tones, they have some warm tones, they have a really deep option, which I love to see, and a very light option, which looks so pretty. I really want to try that lightest shade because it looks neutral, maybe leaning a little cool, but not ashy. And the only thing that I would worry about with the Cloud Paints is just that they are so pigmented and you have to be a little bit careful with how you apply them. Like you can't just squirt it on your face, obviously. It gets a little bit more messy. You have to squirt it onto your hand or onto a palette and then go in with your brush or your sponge to apply. But I think this is great for Glossier. I think they needed this. I think this just rounds out their line. It makes sense for their line. They already have the Cloud Paint blushes, which they are known for. So it makes sense that they would launch a bronzer, especially in a time when cream and liquid bronzers are all the rage. So yeah, I'm excited about those, and I'm excited about the SPF from Supergoop. But honestly, everything else is sort of a snooze fest to me, and I don't know. How do you guys feel about all these makeup launches? Do you feel like you're just seeing the same thing over and over again? Do you like that we're just seeing the same thing over and over again? Like, is this just the type of product that you want, and you just want the brands to try to really perfect the formula and you like having lots of different options? Or would you like to see them innovate and try something a little different? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.